I want all you to comment on is there are some keywords that are just floating around whenever we are discussing about climate change or wherever there is discussion, maybe on the internet or
Mhm.
so. I just want your small opinion on these topics. Okay.
Just a second, Ganesh. Just give me a second. Hi there. Yeah. So sorry, my laptop was running out of battery, so I just got my charger real quick.
Not live, so we can always read it out.
Sorry.
The first topic that I want your opinion on is electric vehicles. Now you did
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of an opinion before, but I just want to
Mm-hmm.
elaborate a bit on. Does it actually affect? Does it actually create that monumental effect that these people portray or say that electric vehicle will just save the entire world? So does it have that much impact on actual preventing climate change? Electric vehicles.
Electric vehicles definitely do have an impact on changing the environment, or helping climate change, because in the first place, basically the emissions that you get from burning all these fossil fuels, that won't be there. So that is a key. It's a one of the primary things that we need to change is the way we transport ourselves or the way we use our vehicles. That is basically going to make a big difference on the amount of emissions that are being generated out there. So yes, electric vehicles do create a change. The amount of change that will be created, I'm not sure about that, but yes, they do create a change, because the amount of carbon dioxide that is being emitted from the cars at the moment is tremendous. And if you see that the population is increasing continuously, so the requirements of people are also increasing. Previously, having a car used to be a luxury. Now, because of all the affordable prices and all these different small cars that we get at cheap prices, the second-hand cars that we get, having a car has become very normal. You can see one, two, three cars in a family of four people, in a family of five people or so. So it's become very easy for people to procure these vehicles basically. So the number of people that are increasing, and because of the easy accessibility and availability of these particular equipments, it has become, but the emissions also have increased on a large scale. If previously the whole family used to have one car, which used to be like taken out only on special occasions, now 17, 18-year-old youngsters also use their car to drive just like a couple of blocks away from the house,
So
just to take like a small drive.
still say that even though you are using an electric vehicle, your electricity is still coming from the coal power plant, right?
Exactly, it
But I
still
think
is.
still effect a bit more effective than using gasoline car by everybody, right? Because of the transport
Exactly, it definitely,
of your
because of the transportation. Yeah, basically because of the transportation and because of the amount of emissions coming out of it. The exhaust that basically, once when you burn these fuels, when you burn petrol or diesel or natural gas or whatever it is, when you burn it, the amount of emissions that are being generated from burning those fossil fuels is tremendous, and they are toxic, which is why if you stand in front of an exhaust, if you have all of the carbon in your face, you basically won't be able to breathe. That's why you start coughing, right? So it has toxic effects on the environment as well as the human life. So if you don't have those emissions coming out, if you use electric vehicles, that part of it will definitely be excluded.
So the
So
same question was asked to Elon Musk by someone in a press conference that
mm-hmm,
your car is electric car, right? But
mm-hmm,
your electricity is still coming from core power plant, right? So how are
mm-hmm,
you getting a difference? So he gave a very nice explanation. He said that if you bring down to a single point, the
mm-hmm,
distribution point, for example, in your entire state, there is only one
mm-hmm,
power plant which is based on coal, which is producing electricity. It's very
mm-hmm.
easy to optimize that power plant to make
Yeah,
it more carbon neutral, right? But instead, if you
mm-hmm,
put petrol diesel to everybody, now everybody's car is different, everybody's car
exactly,
is different. How are you going to optimize that? So even just by
exactly,
doing this, you are preventing a lot of carbon by going to
exactly,
the air, right? So that it's not
absolutely.
it makes a systemic change.
It definitely makes a big change. And there are also changes happening to the way we produce electricity now. People are investing more and more in renewable sources now that they have realized the importance of it. It will take a lot of time, obviously. It's not something that will happen suddenly, but people have realized the importance of renewable sources of energy. There are so many investors investing in solar power now. People are understanding how important solar energy is, especially in a country like India. We should make the most of the sunlight that we get. If we are gonna have like like healthy summers, if you're gonna have like extremely hot summers as well, we should make use of it. Why use electric geysers in the house when you can use a solar water heater? Isn't it? It's like it's very small things like these, and this is definitely happening. So we should give it enough time, and we should have faith in the system a little bit. So
Scandinavian countries are very ahead in this thing, right?
definitely countries like Sweden.
Finland, Denmark, Sweden, all the Scandinavian countries.
Absolutely. It is, I mean, it's amazing to see the way that they have changed. I mean, the way they have normalized these things in their country, basically. It's, I mean, they literally have to, there was a situation in between where Sweden had to purchase waste from other countries because there was no waste being generated in their country at all. So they needed all the waste because they utilized the waste in their country to generate power, basically. I'm not saying it's like the most perfect way of doing it. It's at the end of the day, it's incineration. But by utilizing that waste to turn, because they need heat over there, they're like extremely cold. That's why every house over there by law needs to have a has to have a heating system. That's where they use the waste of that came from people's houses, or basically that came from industries, to generate power over there and create heat. And this system was so efficient that they had to purchase waste from other countries because they did not have any at a certain point. It wasn't enough to suffice their needs. So you can imagine the way they have basically made a systemic change, and how people also have abided by the rules of the government and the policies that are being generated. So